That's it. Keep an eye out as well for the 111 of Brendan Healy, the HQ Extra car. It's white, couple of black stripes over the bonnet, down the back of the field. They blew a motor in qualifying. Actually, from what I understand, put some pistons through the block even. Replaced the motor between qualifying this morning and the race start here today, and they've got the car back out there. So he's a little bit further down the field than he probably would like. He was also on for a victory at the HQ Nationals in one of the heats. There's a video on the HQ Extra page, and poor Brendan, as he came around the last corner, broke the gearbox and had to roll into pit lane.
I think that's his dad put that one up. Wayne put that one up, and it would have been a monumental moment to actually win a heat, but it just didn't happen. So we're looking further down the field. We've got Ashton Parker out of 5, Jason Mole out of 6, Stuart Spry, Darren Parker, Wayne Potts having a run here. Now, Wayne's being on and off a little bit. He came out of production sports in the past, but it's good to see him back. Mark Baxter in 10th, Jason Johnson out of 11, Kane Robertson, Peter Simpson, Brendan Healy we spoke about at position 14, and I'm just seeing it looks like he may be there, so that's been exceptional work from those guys. And as we know with HQ, there's plenty of room to move in inside the engine bay with because they do pit V8s into these things, so lots of room in there for a straight inline 6.
The guys are used to making all sorts of changes between races. Of course, there's a lot of camaraderie in the class as well. We talk about that a lot across state racing, but especially in HQs, they all mostly camp together up the back of the skid pan and are willing to help each other out. As the red lights are on, out and away, we'll see if Mole can get the launch. It looks like to the inside there, Simpson's got a good start. And I think that 53 car of Potts might be the ex-Cameron car as well, coming back out for a play. So,
well, it looks like Chris Mole actually got the best jump, but Brett Osborn's got in front of him. We've got, looks like Harbour up Harrison into 4th. Then it'll be Jason Mole, who may have picked up a spot, or maybe not, because they look like they're just going 2 by 2 as they did off the start line.
It's always hard to tell in the HQs as they come down to turn 2, because there's so much room for them. We've got tyre squeals at the back, somebody's off. I'd say that's McClay in the 47 car as we come around with the 17 of Harrison, who is still sitting third. He's got Harbour all over the back of him, so it's line astern as we were from the start of the race. They come through the first sector, and it's 0.3 of a second lead to Mole, which is absolutely nothing. Look at the slide there for Harrison.
Well, that's hurt him a little bit too. That's put a couple of car lengths in that gap between him and second place Chris Mole at this point as they go up over the top of the tunnel and head down towards, well, beg your pardon, out of turn 5, heading towards turn 6. But then Harrison looks like he's actually picked up some of that slack just in that final couple of runs out of those last couple of corners. So
he may have been stronger down the brakes into turn 6, of course. You've got to try to get the car warmed up. It's gotten very cold here at Sydney Motorsport Park. We had a lot of rain yesterday, some very light drizzle this morning, but now you can see from this shot the clouds are starting to come back over as now Darren Parker starts to fall into the clutches of Ashton Parker, who was in front of him, it's saying on the timing, but I don't think that's correct. But now Darren has fallen down the order a little bit. I think we might actually have either they've swapped cars on me, or we have
Ashton Parker in car 40.
Yeah, we have Darren Parker listed for car 40 and Ashton for 26, which is backwards from what reality is. But
and Stuart Spry, who's fairly new, I think, this year to the category, or wherever he's raced in the past, I'm not sure, but hasn't done a lot in recent times. And to be middle of the field is not a bad effort on his. Well, comeback we'll call it at this stage because we don't know any better.
That's the black car to the outside there. That's Baxter, trying to make a position up. A Spry with a huge slide through one. A second slide is gathered up as well, so he's going to be off the road. There he goes, launches it through the gravel trap section of the circuit, back on off the grass. But the car behind him, the black car, is the one I was talking about, number 80. That is Baxter, who's actually sitting, second in the championship at the moment and needs to make up some championship points from that position to close in on Osborn.
That's Barker that's second in the series. It's that Baxter we're looking at there. So that's Mark Baxter. He started out at 10th position. Currently sitting in the championship, a fair way down, not in top calculations at this stage by the look of the results that we have in front of us.
Johnston there in the number 10, chasing down Baxter, and Healy in behind that as well. So mis-ID'd the car there on you, Gary, but he's going to make a move anyway with a big lock-up, and that'll give Robinson the opportunity back to the inside.
Yeah, came in a little bit too strong under brakes into turn 6 and paid the cost. Understeered off wide and lost a spot out of it.
Now Mole's keeping the gap to Osborn out in front. We've got a good battle of 3 cars behind that. This battle with Robinson holding back, Baxter, Healy looking to the inside of Johnston, and we've actually had, I think Robinson drop. Oh no, that's the second car. Sorry, the 2 cars with the exact same livery, team cars with each other. Has done my head in a couple of times this year already and got me 1 more for the final round. So Robinson sitting in that position. He's lost the spot to Baxter with that move we saw at turn 6. Wasn't able to make it back up on the run up the hill to the hairpin. Johnston sitting in behind and Healy in behind that as well.
So a good battle of 4 there at the moment as they head down to complete the second lap.
Oh. The defence there from Robinson as he moves straight to the inside. Now further down the field as well, we've got Deering, who started at the rear and according to timing is still at the rear. Of course, he's a previous state champion in the HQ Holden. So
that was Glenn Deering. This is Jake Deering.
Yeah.
So might be son thereof.
Man, I'm missing everybody today, aren't I? Out of practice with the HQs, haven't seen them enough this year, but we'll get there by the end of the race meeting. As Robinson now tries to hold the inside of Johnston.
And makes that move work.
That's
there.
Leach.
That's 91 and 42 going through there. 42 is Leach, who's lost the spot out of that.
He has.
So at this stage, it's still Brett Osborn in front, but he hasn't got away. It's only it's less than a second. He leads Chris Mole. Luke Harrison is right there as well. So
Harrison's starting to come back at them as well.
And we can't forget Harbour and Jason Mole in the 32. So the difference between the 2 Mole cars, 23 and 32. Otherwise, they're identical. And they're
different
brothers.
drivers.
And brothers.
Jason's had a bit of a tough year as well with a few mechanical gremlins in that car, which have caused him to probably not pick up the results that they expected from those 2 cars. Of course, we're used to seeing the Command Digital cars run right up towards the front. They've chased Osborn around for multiple years. Mole got the upper hand recently. And then you've got here in top 4, actually, Gary, you've got both New South Wales state champions from the previous couple of years, as well as 2nd and 3rd at the Australian National Championships down in Tasmania earlier in the month.
How would you be with Luke Harrison? His 3rd year in a row that he's finished 2nd at the national titles.
That's it.
Finished 2nd at Morgan Park, finished 2nd at Hidden Valley, and finished 2nd at Baskerville. So done it hard.
That's it. He's had a tough one. But still, to finish 2nd constantly is a reasonably good effort. Like, there'd be a lot of people who would give a lot to be able to have that.
He was still fairly happy about the result.
Of course,
so, and for the New South Welshman to go down to Tasmania and finish a 1-2-3, I think Andrew Magilton was the best of the other states. He was in 4th with the Victorian.
Well, next year the HQ Nationals are in New South Wales. There's talk of it being potentially even here at Sydney Motorsport Park, depending on how they can go with, track bookings and
numbers,
working with numbers and other people who want to race those meetings. But it'll be time for some of the Victorians and come up, and the Queenslanders who have come down and supported the New South Wales rounds before, of course, previously. We have been up there a couple of times for the HQ Nationals with the Queensland contingent as well, and great races up there. They're really passionate about their HQ racing. So,
well, the good thing too is that the Nationals brings everyone from all states. We had down to Tasmania, they had a couple of guys from Western Australia.
Yeah, they bring a truck, don't they?
Yeah, they were over. Queenslanders, there was one from the Northern Territory, about 10 Tasmanians, and unfortunately they couldn't ice the cake and do the job. I think they were putting their faith in Phil Ashland and Andrew Toff to be the top runners there. Phil Ashland won the title at Hidden Valley 2 years ago, but couldn't get the job done on home turf.
We've got Darren Parker there in a bit of no man's land just in front of this group. He's sort of cruising around on his own at the moment in 6th place. Ashton Parker's starting to look in his rear view mirror at Potts, who's coming at him. And then it looks like to me that, have we lost Healy from this group? I think we have.
Oh, someone's gone wide out of turn 8 there as well. One of the red cars. It may cost him a spot.
Yeah. As we see here, Spry continuing to hold that position in front of Baxter and Johnston.
So Baxter actually lost a spot out of that.
Yeah.
He was ahead previously of Johnson. I think Johnson may have got him, although it's changing as we speak.
Standard HQ racing, isn't it?
Yeah, Spry's now lost out of that. He's dropped back a spot. Well, he's dropped back 2 spots because I think Johnson got him there on the start-finish line.
Spry's gone at turn 1.
Well, he didn't go far enough the first time. He's going for a further wider effort this time round, and maybe he's got some drama, so he's going to park it well off the track.
Good effort there to just keep it out of the way, though. That wall, people don't probably realise how much that wall actually angles back towards the track. It becomes a very narrow gap by the time you're turning in at turn 2. So they've got to watch out not to park too far down the road, as we see Harbour across the top of the hill with a little bit of tyre spill, and Harrison's dropped back towards him. So our 2 leaders have started to open the gap up. Harrison is dropping back towards Harbour, and Jason Mole is sort of sitting there with a watching brief. He's not quite close enough to put, I would say, enough pressure on Harbour, and with 6 minutes left in this race, you'd have to say that Osborn is just managing the lead at the moment. He's done a best lap on lap 4.
Been king of the New South Wales HQs for some time now, and continues to do so.
We've also got to say thank you to Osborn's Transport and Raymond for all of his support of the HQs in New South Wales, as well as many of the other sponsors who are involved with the category. They allow things like the extra show you get to see of HQ Extra, run by our friend Wayne Healy.
And Chris Buckley.
Yeah, Chris Buckley as well, who's a previous New South Wales champion as well. Both of them very passionate about HQ racing and do a lot for the championship to try to raise the awareness of it. And alongside Osborn,
if you ever want to find out what's happening in any other state around the country, all recent race meetings are reviewed there. They often have a guest or 2 on their show as well, and just talk HQ. So they'll it really got off to a great start this year with the big event at Bathurst earlier in the year, and then of course the HQ Nationals tops off what's been a good year, along with the HQ New South Wales State Championship.
I think the next big event on the agenda that most people will now start focusing on is the HQ 4-hour at Winton, of course, at the end of every season.
The Ken Lee 4-hour.
Yep, the guys from Victoria put that one together, and often gets a lot of interstate cars down to it. Of course, I think Osborn has actually won that event a couple of times now as well.
And was leading one year and went off at turn 2 and binned it.
I think that's the only mistake I've seen him racing HQs in the last 5 years.
And it's a 2-driver event, so you'll often get some great drivers come along. You know, guys that have won in this category in the past, the likes of the Heinrichs from South Australia, all sorts of different people. Often get like the likes of Davey Skippy Parsons comes over from Tassie. He came up to Bathurst earlier this year. He raced in the Nationals just recently. I think he finished 10th in the final, so it's a pretty good effort from him. Enjoys it so much.
This is a great little battle kicking off down the field. We've got Saunders and Deering. Amanda Saunders behind the wheel of the 33. Been involved with HQ racing for a fair number of years now, and it's good to see people like that who are just consistently getting better. They're finding more pace, more confidence in the car, getting involved in battles. We used to see a lot of these cars would just sort of spread out to be able to feel a bit calmer in their driving and start to learn what they need to do, and now they get involved in some vigorous battles, and it just shows all the way down the field there's somebody to fight with, no matter who you are and what you've got, and you can get out in an HQ and run the old muscle cars and proper steel bodies and 6-cylinder motors.
The good thing about that, the old, what we call the old heads in the category, are always offering advice, help. As you say earlier, with engine changes, gearboxes are always a drama with these cars, but they then offer a driver support as well, like teaching them how to, giving them pointers about how to get quicker laps and all that sort of stuff. So all work together. It looks like we've got
that's Healy returning to the track, I think. Yeah, he's had a couple of laps out, so they've no doubt had to fix something to do with that motor change, which is unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. Harbour is starting to put pressure now on the back of Harrison. And this is the battle for 3rd place in the race. Mole still sitting just there. There's our leader, Osborn. He's actually opened that gap up quite considerably in the last couple of laps.
Just almost 3 seconds now.
Yeah.
And Chris Mole's still doing a reasonable job in second. He's gone every sector, has he?
No, it's just interesting that Harrison's the fastest in Sector 1, Osborn the fastest in Sector 2, and Mole the fastest in Sector 3. So we've got sector times here this weekend. There's a car going slow up the hill. That's the 42. I think that's Leach, who's slowed right down. Unfortunate for him. And now there's Parker under pressure from Potts. As he tips it in. Parker's had a stellar year in the New South Wales HQ Championship. A young bloke who's really come along in leaps and bounds in the last couple of years. Him and Brendan Healy, of course, both with parents who race in the category as well.
Jake Deering off down at the end of turn 1.
I'd say that's had a motor expire by the way that's parked where it is.
It's hard to say. Might have just had brakes. It looked like there was a bit of smoke coming off the front tyres more than anything.
Could be a head gasket as well. They're known for
head gaskets, gearboxes, and even engines.
I think what we're saying is pretty much anything could be the issue.
Yeah, we're starting to lose a few cars out of this one. We've had one in the pits. We've had 2 stopped on track, and now a 3rd car slowing. So it's been a race of attrition. There's still 2 more races to go tomorrow.
Yeah. And we've got probably just over a lap left with a minute 39 left on the clock. So we're getting close to the end of this one. It looks like Brendan Healy is just out to try to collect some points and make sure that his class as a finisher, because he can leap up the field a little bit here depending on how many laps. He's a lap down now. So he's only lost a lap as Potts gets to the inside and makes the move on Parker into 1. Good effort there.
Got the slipstream down the straight, that always helps. And
Healy pointing to go around him on the outside.
And that has certainly affected any ideas that Parker had of trying to get back up on the inside. He couldn't go there. There's a car blocking his line or his preferred line into that corner at that stage. And Elizabeth, here's our race leader, Brett Osborn. Is this nothing this man cannot do in HQ?
Seems like he can't stop winning at the moment, which is probably a great place for him to be as he comes up over the hill. You can see, I think Mole has, once the elastic snapped, he's just not been able to stay with Osborn through the back section of this race. He's got an almost 4-second lead at the moment, and Mole's starting to fall back into the clutches of Harrison, Harbour and Jason Mole, who have been battling hard all race here in race 1 of the HQ Holdens. Of course, as you said, Gary, 2 more races to come tomorrow to round out the 2024 championship. Osborn will be looking to bring home the victories in both of those and go home with all the trophies.
Well, he's in the prime position, and this will certainly help his cause. According to the point score, after 3 rounds, this is round 4, Osborn has a 2-point lead over Matt Barker, who's not running. Dave Proglio's not running either. Jason Mole in 4th is his nearest rival, and he's 6 points ahead of his brother Chris, and they would really need for Brett to have a couple of DNFs. Checkered flag out. Brett Osborn takes the win. Chris Mole in 2nd. Luke Harrison in 3rd, and they're going to have a side drafting battle down the straight between Parker and Potts.
Parker obviously got the run into the back section. They're waving to each other out of the car, so they've obviously had a bit of fun through that last section as now they try to just watch each other and try to move each other across to slow each other down. We'll see what happens there. I think Parker,
Potts got
just lost out. Yeah, so Potts got the position. A great opening race for the Osborn's Transport HQ Holden Championship.
0.03, the difference between those two.
Tight of the line. And I tell you what, if we could combine everybody's best sector, we would be 3/100ths of a second away from the lap record set by Greg King back in '97. So
there you go.
Obviously the cars have it in them. We just need to get those guys to all be in one car.
Yeah, well, different tyre back then, of course, and that may have attributed a little bit to it, but you never know. They might get quicker as the weekend goes on.
No, that's it. We see the result board coming as we wait for the final cars to come across the line. It will be Osborn who's led them home, Mole in 2nd, Harrison, Harbour in 4th, 5th goes to Jason Mole, 6th to Parker, 7th to Potts, 8th to Parker as well, 9th to Baxter, 10th to Johnston coming home at the line. So that's the opening race for the Osborn's Transport HQ Holden Championship. There's the result board on screen now. Brett Osborn, Chris Mole, Luke Harrison, Jared Harbour, Jason Mole, Ashton Parker, was Darren Parker actually, Wayne Potts, then Ashton Parker, Mark Baxter, Jason Johnston rounding out your top 10 for the Osborn's Transport HQ Holden Championship final round here at Sydney Motorsport Park. If you want to know more about HQ Holden Racing, check out their Facebook page and website. Plenty of racing coming in 2025. Everybody as well very willing to help people out to get involved with the category.
Holden State Championship round 4 and final round for the year. Got Dave Amor, the voice of HQ Holden's in Australia, alongside of me. This is race 2. We might just quickly have a summation of what happened yesterday in race 1. There was a few cars that didn't quite make it, and obviously a bit of work overnight.
Yeah, there certainly was. We lost three engines over the race 1 yesterday, but of course Brett Osborn put it on pole and won the opening race, race 1. Behind him was Chris Mole, Luke Harrison, Barber, Mole, Aaron Parker, the young kid, Potts, Darren Parker, and then we've got Mark Baxter rounding out the top 10. So, as you saw, ladies and gentlemen, right at the start of the preview of the HQ Holdens, there is plenty of action.
Well, Brett Osborn will start from pole with Chris Mole alongside him. Chris stuck with him for quite a few laps. Of course, Brett Osborn coming off the back of winning his 4th HQ Nationals down at Baskerville Raceway, and you were there for that. And the following weekend when they ran at Symmons Plains.
Yeah, I certainly was, and New South Wales had an awesome setup there at Baskerville with first, second and third being New South Wales cars. They were certainly the quickest cars there, very consistent, and to win you've got to be very, very consistent. So to New South Wales, well done for the HQ Nationals of 2024 in Tasmania at the legendary Baskerville track. And then the following weekend we were able to do a Sunday qualifying and 3 races at Symmons Plains. So it made a bucket list for a lot of people.
Yeah, normally you would not go down to Symmons Plains for 1 meeting, let alone get 2 in, so that was good. Had to feel sorry for Luke Harrison, 3rd time in a row that he's finished 2nd in the Nationals.
Yep, he certainly has. He's got a good car, a good engine, a good setup, just like Harbour has as well. But it's one of those things, Brett Osborn doesn't make a mistake. That's what our problem is. He doesn't make a mistake. Yes, he's fast, he's consistent and all the rest, but if you don't make a mistake, there's a couple of tenths here quicker than all the rest of the field go.
Yeah, and he just does that lap after lap.
Yes.
And which was the case yesterday when he beat Osborn home, but he won ahead of Chris Mole. 3rd place was always tight between Luke Harrison, Jared Harbour and Jason Mole. And Jason, I was talking to him this morning, he said they think they're down a little bit on power. Bit of a play around with the distributor, hopefully get a little bit more out of it for today's race and maybe try and get ahead of those 2 that he finished behind. And then, of course, Parker was in the next position and he was on his own basically throughout the race.
Here we go, just waiting on the red lights. Red lights are on, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that on the blend line screen, and they take off. Osborn, fairly good start. We said Mark Baxter's gone fairly wide there to the inside of the track. We've got Chris Mole around the outside, Luke Harrison up the inside. You can see that. They're beautiful 202 car there, Harbour. Equity views, side by side through turn 1. Brett Osborn leads them into turn 2.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a repeat so far of yesterday. We've got one of the Parkers going down the outside. May pick off Jason Mole as they go through turn 2.
Yeah, he got a much better start today. Yesterday he was sort of back to 6 straight away, but at least he's right up beside Mole. Mole will be on the outside, he'll be on the inside there into turn 4. So that'll be quite interesting to see what happens. HQ, New South Wales, fantastic. All their good sponsors, Osborn Transport for 12 years in a row. Well done them for the major sponsor. But we've got some fantastic sponsors. Equity Views, you want to get your house built, talk to them, because they do 1st and 2nd pole positions for yesterday, you know. So it's a few, I have a little Mole, locks up the Kenda tyre, turns it into a 50-cent piece. Luke Harrison, on him, Harbour.
Cost him a car length at least. That cost him a car length at least, just going through turn 6. And don't mind, there's a few bugs around today, so don't worry about that too much. It's all this humidity at the moment. We can see it's cloudy today. They're predicting we may get a little bit of rain, but at the moment it's dry. And it's Brett Osborn out in front, and of course he's leading the New South Wales Championship as well.
Yep, it certainly is. We've got the father-son there. We've got the son Ashton in front of Darren Parker there in the 40 car. They swapped cars at the last meeting here. When his son put it on pole, Dad gave him the keys and said, here you go, son, you can have the best car. So he's right in behind him. Two good cars out of the same place, which is good, and they're in 6th and 7th position.
A lot of good dicing down the field we've seen yesterday, and we've got a repeat of that at the moment too, with Johnson there in 8th position, just ahead of Baxter, with the 2 Robertson cars in behind as well.
Yep, we've got the 2 HQ extra cars there as well. We've got the young bloke Mark there, and also Brendan Healy in the 111 car, as you see, going through turn 1. That's the old Johnson car there, the 888 car. That gentleman has bought that car, and this is his 2nd race meeting. So he's doing extremely well. We've got a car there. Well, we've had a bit of a spinner.
That's one of the
HQ Extra and also the young kid of Deering, Glenn Deering's dad. Spun there. I don't know whether they had a bit of a coming together or not.
That's
a bit of the old Kenda smoke.
That's Jake Deering. I think you'll find it went off there as well as Mark's. We did see the Brendan Healy car go into the pitch yesterday. They had a drama with that, came back out.
Yes, it certainly did. They blew an engine yesterday. They put the other engine in, then it had an oil
leak. They didn't
leak.
do it at the pit stop, did it?
No, that's right. No. He blew that going down the front straight, almost outside the ARDC canteen. You want food? Go up there and see that right there, which put oil onto the track. Then we had 5 spinners, one after another, hitting that oil yesterday in qualifying. So very, very lucky we didn't lose another car.
Well, it looks like one of those cars would have spun there at turn 1 in this race to avoid the one going off.
Is that a digital command car there? It looks like just trying to have a...
Yeah, it is. It is Chris Mole. Got a drama with that car. It's pulling off to the inside out of turn 8.
Yep, he's
That's
pulled
a shame.
that out of the way, which is absolutely fantastic. That won't stop the race. So the one car there of Chris Mole has rolled to a stop. I can't see anything underneath it. So whether he has got an electrical or fuel problem, I'm not sure. However, look at there's Ashton Parker down the inside there, the 26 car right beside the Command Digital car there of Jason Mole. Oh, he's gone. Yes, he's in front now. Ashton Parker up into 4th, which has put Jason Mole back to 5th.
And Luke Harrison is into 2nd now, just ahead of Jared Harbour.
Yep, you can see that here on Blendline TV.
And Jason Mole just got that spot back out of turn 2, so wasn't done with.
Good racing. Side by side, door handle to door handle. That's what HQ racing is all about, is affordable excitement. Just replaying that, we can have a bit of a look and see. Well, away he goes, Jake Deering, and also the HQ Extra car decided to join it.
Well, that's how you know you're having a go when you overstep the limits, and there's nothing wrong with that as long as you learn from it.
No, that is for sure.
And this race isn't over here for this position 4 with, again, Parker going up the inside of Mole and taking that spot away at turn 6. Now Mole will come back at him going up the hill. Is he close enough to get through on turn 7? He'll have the preferred line, but he's on the wrong side of the road as they come down to turn 8. Unless he can get the job done, and it looks like he hasn't been able to. He can try to switch back here, take the wide entry, try and slip back down the inside, but I think Parker's got him covered on this occasion.
He certainly has. They're giving each other a little bit of racing room there, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, so which is absolutely fantastic. The yellow flag's waving because we've got the Command Digital car there on the inside. It's a yellow flag. That means you can't pass. And you can't pass until you get to the next green flag.
Indeed, and that'll be just so that everyone's aware that the car's there, and they'll pull that yellow in because it's not in a very dangerous position. Now, Mole will have another go at getting past Parker down the straight, going for the side draft by the look of it. He did sort of slip in a little bit behind to get a little bit of a slipstream, but now he is getting a side draft effect, and this may see him take up position as they go down through turn 1, and he does so, gets it back.
He certainly does, but young Ashton Parker, keep an eye on him. Can he go around the inside, the outside, or keep him behind him, get right on his boot? Oh, under brakes there. the Kenda's tyres, the Pettis suspension, the Crow cams. It's affordable excitement, and we have to run with controlled components, ladies and gentlemen. So you want to get involved with HQ Racing, you want to know something about it, call HQRA New South Wales or the state that you're looking at, because there are cars for sale, and as you can see, there's plenty of excitement, plenty of entertainment, and with Blendline TV, it helps your sponsors and also helps you to have a bit of a look at your car, how well it stands out on the track. Oh, Healy, HQ extra car down the inside there. That's Brendan Healy in the 111 car up into 10th position, just gone past Robertson there. Robertson have got 2 cars as well, father and son, which is absolutely fantastic. Spry there in the 13 car, blew an engine, put another engine in it, started rear of field, and 13 car is up into 13th position. So
yeah, we did see him in a fairly good position yesterday until he had to park it.
Yep, that's for sure.
Parked it off between turns 1 and 2 in the middle of that race yesterday. So it's good to see him back. So big job changing an engine overnight, or reasonably big job. In a HQ, it's not so bad. You've got plenty of room to move under the bonnet of a HQ with a 6-cylinder Holden engine.
You can actually find it, mate. You can actually find it without an issue or a problem. So good to see Spry doing well, Healy doing well, Robertson, Potts, the number 53 car. She's better than brand new. Mark Baxter's up into 8th position. Darren Parker is 7th position. Johnston's doing extremely well. Brand new paint job, good looking, but have a look at this. Ashton Parker and also the Command Digital car side by side going through turn 1 yet again. We've still got 7.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, so we've got at least 4 laps, I would roughly say.
Yeah, and
good
it looks
4
like
laps.
Jason Miles coming back down the inside of him here at turn 2, gets that spot back. So they've been chopping and changing lap after lap, and this is for 4th position on the road.
Yes, certainly is. So that's 4th and 5th. So right there, 4th position, Ashton Parker doing extremely well. He sort of fell off the gridded cars there in race 1 yesterday, but a much better start. All of a sudden now, he's right on the tail there. Command Digital car, Jason Miles, so the 32 car. The TV showing us plenty. Look at the Kendas, the Pettis suspension. You can hear them screaming as they go up and over. Doing around about a 1:59 to a 2-minute lap. The first sort of 6 or 7 cars. Brett Osborn and Osborn Transport. Fastest lap was lap 4 with a 1:58.84. So very, very quick time in this overcast conditions, which has brought a lot of the insects alive.
Yes, that is the what. Talk about cameraman about that. But interesting looking at the sector times. Harbour has the fastest 1st and 3rd sector. Osborn only in the 2nd sector. So if you put those times together, the fastest lap would be a 58.39 as opposed to what Osborn's done, which is a 58.84. So not far off, but it's interesting that he's not the quickest on every sector.
Yeah, well, that's what's so good about HQ Racing over the last sort of 5, 6, 8 years. And certainly Brett Osborn has pulled everyone forward to catch him, and it's making some fantastic racing, not just here in New South Wales, but also like the HQ Nationals we spoke about in 2024 at basketball. So Brett Osborn once again number 1 for the 4th time.
Yeah, it's interesting too when you look at it too that when you're saying bringing people forward, certainly Ashton Parker, Johnson too, that spring to mind, that probably would have been back markers a couple of years ago, and now right up then at the pointy end of the field. So they've certainly learnt their craft out of racing in this category.
Yeah, we've got to remember Matty Barker's not there, John Baxter's not here in this group. Their cars got damaged last race meeting. So there's a couple of other guys you'd throw into the top 5 without even struggling, especially little Johnny and his car and that engine. That's an awesome engine. And it's good to see that they're teaming up, Brett Osborn and Johnny, there for the HQ 4-hour at Winton the start of December.
The Ken Lee 4-hour.
Yes,
yeah, one of the classic events on HQ calendar.
Yep.
Two driver event over 2 2-hour races. That it's where you finish the first race is where you start the second. So it's a culmination. It's a 4-hour race, but it's in 2 sections.
Yep, it certainly is. It brings a crew involved as well. There's a wheel change and things like that with each driver. And we're hoping for 25, 27 cars coming to that in the 4 hour. Talking to John Mahoney, the HQ president of Victoria, very confident in trying to bolster the numbers to try and get 25 plus cars to Winton on the first weekend of December. So still plenty of racing for HQ Holden.
And it brings out some good co-drivers too, people that have been good in this category in the past, like the Heinrichs and people like that. They normally would go across and link up with someone to do those events.
Yeah, well, we certainly have. We've had Stephen Richards, V8 supercar driver. We've had Peter Brock, Phil Brock, or Split Pin, people might know him, have been co-drivers in the 4 hour. So, mate, we're not scared to put anyone into them. And it's good to see that those guys, over the many, many years, have come and supported a class. Affordable excitement. They're 35 years old in motor racing terms. It's a one-make series car that had almost 600 cars racing back in 93, 94 with the Thunderdome flat track, Tasmania, New Zealand, Victoria and all the other states with it. So over 600 cars, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
and
well,
we've
that
still
was
got them racing now.
Cams, as it was known then, they had 450 log cars in Australia and 150 in New Zealand in 1994, I believe.
Okay, well, those stats are absolutely fantastic.
And that's not including the cars that are on the Thunderdome, obviously.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because I was very lucky to do almost 10 years of Thunderdome with my HQs. Then we went to flat track and gave that a big crack and brought a lot of drivers and crews and everyone together. And the 4 hour is really a family mateship crew environment. It's like a mini Bathurst, you could say. It really is.
It is, yeah.
Fantastic event, fantastic venue. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we've got HQs racing the start of November, have come back to Wakefield Park, which is race 1. So can't wait to see what that gentleman has spent all that money on and the upgrades of that track. Me, David Amor, HQ Dart Racing, can't wait. The drivers can't wait. So it'll be, it's not part of the championship event, but I'm hearing there's 25 plus HQs going to it.
What's this, for the November or the December meeting?
November.
Okay,
meeting.
Cool. That's good. One raceway we're talking about, obviously.
Yep.
Obviously the revamped Wakefield Park, but it's known as one raceway. Runs in either direction. They'll decide on the weekend which way you run, because it'll depend on which way the wind's blowing.
Okay.
This battle continues while we go back to this, and there's Jason Mole, gets back into 4th position. So we'll just wait. Next lap it will probably change again. That's been a torrid dice between these two throughout.
The top 6 cars are in the 159s, ladies and gentlemen. 159s, top 6 cars. Then if I say to you, the next 7 are in a 203 or better. So that's absolutely fantastic. That's good racing, good times.
201,
yeah,
should
201's
say.
magnificent, isn't it?
Yep.
So fantastic here.
Well, we're down to just on a minute to go, so I would suggest either this is the last lap or the next one. It's been a great race so far, particularly this battle that we're seeing, and actually right at the moment is the biggest gap we've seen between these two, between Jason Mole and Ashton Parker, as they battle it out. And then there's got this other great dice going on, headed by Johnson there in the number 10, ahead of Baxter. Potts there. Potts has been out of the category for a little while. Good to see him back. Then we've got Darren Parker, Brendan Healy in 10th position at the moment. Sean Spry in 11th after starting from the rear of the grid.
Yep, certainly is. Absolutely fantastic. Healy, like I said to you, had to put another engine in it. When that engine exploded down the front straight, Potts was going past, and part of the piston smashed the left-hand mirror off the car. That's how close it was, and that's how fast that engine was revving. It took the left-hand mirror clean off the car. There, that's the reason why you can see it's a shiny silver one instead of the bright blue one. So, yeah, it was smoking, mate. It was driving like he stole it. Went bang, checkered flag. Brett Osborn. Oh, who's going to be here? The boys from Pitt Town. Now, who got it?
Luke Harrison.
Harrison the Harbour. All right, that's second, third. Have a look at this. It looks like Command Digital. Jason Mole has got in front of Aston Parker there for 4th and 5th. Jason Johnson. Have a look at this. Jason Johnson. Look, there's nothing. Potts has pulled out. So's Baxter. So is Baxter. Now we've got to have a look at it.
Order stays the same, but very little between it with Potts and Darren Parker in 9th position. Bit of a gap back to Brendan Healy, Sean Spree and the 2 Robertson cars. Fill a 12th and 13th positions.
Healy will be absolutely ecstatic. It looks like they got that engine through. So now they can fine tune it now for the next race. They took a bit of timing out of it. They put a bit more fuel on it to make sure it wasn't going to have any issues.
Yeah.
Now they can fine tune that. And later on this afternoon, race 3 will come.
Okay, we're back for the 3rd and final race in round 4 of the HQ Holden's New South Wales State Championship. I'm Gary O'Brien. I've got Dave Amer here with me, the voice of HQ Holden Racing, at least in Victoria and New South Wales. And this is where it's all on the line. What's going to happen here in this race?
Well, Luke Harrison has got the horns out, mate. He said, David, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. I'm sick and tired of seeing a blue boot all the time. But Brett Osborn, the #1 champion, the 86 car, is in front. Luke Harrison beside him, Jared Harbour. Then we've got Jason Mole. Now, Chris Mole's at the rear of the field. He done a coil in that last race. That's the reason why he pulled over at turn 7, and that was the end of his. Ashton Parker, the young bloke in the 26 car. Jason Johnson, Mark Baxter, Wayne Potts doing extremely well. Very, very good-looking car, and it's also the best presented car this weekend for HQ Holden.
Yeah, Darren Parker out of 9, Brendan Healy out of 10, one of his better performances. Stuart Spry out of 11 came from the back of the field after a DNF in race 1 on Saturday afternoon. Kane Robertson out of 12.
Righto, then we've got Glenn Robinson, his dad, and he said, David, look out. It's about time that I win in front of my son. So we've got a father and son. Keep an eye on that. David Gallagher as well. Adam Leach, the copper, in 42. He's had problems, but he done a good race in race 2. 47, Gordon McClay. And then right beside him, he's got his daughter, Amanda Saunders. Father and son, father and daughter, absolutely fantastic. So the 173 car will not be there. It's done a gearbox and has decided to put it on the trailer. Jake Deering had a bit of a spin. They pulled the motor out. Flywheel come loose. New flywheel bolts all back together, ready to go. Travis Marks in one of the HQ Extra cars in 63.
And Chris Mole, as we mentioned, off the back of the field. So keep an eye out on the number 23 white Commodore, HQ Holden.
Mate, HQ.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh, mate,
there it is. He's the last one pulling into line at the back there. And Brett Osborn will be going for 3 from 3. Luke Harrison wants to upset that balance in this particular race if he can. Jared Harbour in behind. Jason Mole, I think they've made some suspension adjustments on that car. He went a little bit slower in the last race after a better performance in race 1. So keep an eye on the top 4. They'll be where we'll get our winner from.
Red light.
And they're off and racing, and it looks like Harrison has got the jump on Osborn, but Osborn will have the run going into turn 1. There's a bit of switching and changing going on behind, and it's Osborn who leads the way. Harbour on the inside of Jason Mole for 3rd position. Those 4 already got away from Ashton Parker, and Johnson, I think, is the next one through.
Yeah, I saw one of the white HQs pull off to the track wall there on the start-finish line, so hopefully they got up and going. As they're going through turns 2, Jason Johnson, beautiful looking car, the number 10 car, the red and black car, painted it himself, put it all together himself, and has done a very, very good workmanship paint job on it.
So it's Osborn leading from Harrison, Mole in 3rd, Harbour in 4. To see where Chris Mole's got to, 16th, so he's picked up 4 spots just in the first couple of corners. There he is in frame there, coming through behind Brendan Healy out of turn 5.
Last year's champion, that's the reason why he's got number 1. But Amanda Saunders is also
hasn't left the dummy grid.
Yeah, so it's got problems.
Sorry, the pre-grid. There's no dummies down there, apparently.
Yeah, someone's gone a bit off. Potts has gone off, but he's rejoining, so he's lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. All right, here we come. This is right just outside where we are. I'm looking out the window, and I can physically see them coming through that corner.
Harbour's got a run on Jason Mole out of turn 8, and it may have picked up 3rd spot already, though. There's about 4 or 5 car lengths up towards Luke Harrison in second. So Harrison and Osborn have actually pulled a gap. And Ashton Parker on the next one in behind Jason Mole. And then we've got Jason Johnson followed by Mark Baxter. And it's Darren Parker and Robinson in 9th, Potts in 10th. And here we've got this dice going again between Mole and Parker, and Parker goes ahead. So Mole's dropped 2 spots in the opening lap.
He has. The young bloke there, Aston, come onto the front straight. You can see the car was a lot more nicer. And, of course, the speed at the end of the straight. Oh, have a look at this. Command Digital, the 32 car.
That's Jason Mole.
Yeah, that's gone off on turn 1.
And he's not. It doesn't look like he's coming back.
Yeah, well, hopefully he will. He's getting right out the way.
He'd be pulling back a bit closer than
that. Definitely. That's the end of him.
So 1 mile out of the earlier race, and now another one out of this race, and here's his brother Chris Mole trying to make up some ground.
Certainly is. So we've got Osborn, Harrison, Harbour, Parker, Johnson.
And Brendan Healy off.
Yep. Yeah, the smoke coming out of that car. He's had engine problems all weekend and oil leak problems, so don't know what's happened to that, ladies and gentlemen. Have to keep an eye on the HQ Extra car. Healy is out.
So we've got two white Holdens out after 1 lap of this, the third and final race. The third and final race for the championship this year, as I might add, round 4.
Yeah, there's Darren Parker's come out extremely wide there in the 40 car. So we'll just have to wait and see what's happening.
Replay coming up here. And yeah, Jason Mole just went straight on there. And then whatever was going on with the cars, decided that that'll be it. All over Red Rover.
Yep. Yeah, he's lost that top 6, so he's just decided to park it.
And we can see Brendan Healy's car off it on the outside of turn 11.
Yeah,
in the distance.
A lot of smoke in that engine bay again. So I have to wait and see.
And we've got a good race going on here between Johnson and Baxter. Coming down the straight, and slotted right in behind them is Darren Parker.
Yeah, he's the president of New South Wales HQs. So he's having a real good look at it. And there's his son at the front there in the 26 car. So in the teal blue, pretty blue car, you want to call it. So, yeah, father and son, brother and brother. HQ Holden's affordable excitement. That's what it's all about. We've got our Pettis suspension. We've got our Kenda tyres with the white writing on them. It makes them look really, really neat and smick. So the top 5, Osborn, Harrison, Harbour, Parker, Johnson. The 6th to 10th, Parker, Baxter, Mole, Potts and Robinson. And then Kane Robinson right behind him. So father is in front of son. And we'll wait and see what happens here.
And further up the field with the Parkers, it's the other way around.
Yep, that is for sure. It's fantastic to see it all. Look at Mark Baxter. He's poked his nose there into front of Darren Parker there. Then we've got Chris Mole from rear of field from 21st. Is all the way up into 8th position. That's a pretty good run. That's a very quick car. Command Digital for all your electronic stuff. So fantastic to have Command Digital there for 2 cars for many, many years. I understand that a car might be for sale next year. Have to wait and see once they work out what's happened and do a bit of a debrief. So very, very good car out there, ladies and gentlemen.
So will that mean both brothers will still be racing, or
maybe only one brother? I'm not sure. They just said to me, David, look, one car might be for sale. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
It might be the one that's parked down at turn 2. Just thinking.
Well, that's right.
At the moment, it might be that one.
Yep, well,
but it changes. But here's Chris Mole, picks up another spot, gets past Johnson. Will he get Baxter as well?
Oh, yes, he will, I reckon. He's got that thing absolutely pedal to the metal. Going very, very fast, ladies and gentlemen. How fast is HQ going in turn 1? Around about the 185 kilometres an hour. On a Kenda road tyre, Pettis suspension, Pettis springs and shockers. As you can see, 6-cylinder Holden, disc brakes, drums on the rear, engines get sealed and checked. We all run the same camshaft. Points dizzy, single carby. We now running the Crow cams. Crow cams has come on board. Thank you, Crow, to keep the HQ Holdens affordable. So you want to get involved, look at the websites, talk to me, talk to anyone in the class, and we can put you in the right spot. Have a look at this. Yes, it is father and son, son and father, 93, 91. So Kane's got in front by the looks of it at this moment. We've got 8 minutes to go, so we've got 4 or 5 laps. And then right behind them is the AAA car. Beautiful looking car. The yellow and purple car, the 888 of Gordley.
Yeah, the only real difference between the road when these cars were manufactured back in the early 70s is that the free-speed gearbox now has a floor mounting change rather than on the column.
Correct.
I don't think there's anyone that runs a column change
Not
on
anymore. No, that stopped probably in 2003. Was the last one that I can remember of. But yeah, it's been, you know, many times it's been on the floor, and that's where to have it. So it's a 3-speed gearbox. The differential is 355, Salisbury or Banjo. So a standard clutch. So we've kept these things to affordable excitement, value for money. They last for many years. Good wear and tear, a good starting point. Very safe cars, HQ Holdens. Very safe. Got a good roll cage on them, a good skin, doors, everything else like that. So
all metal.
Yeah, all metal. A metal race car, mate. Doesn't explode when you hit something. So normally it damages what it hits.
Yeah.
Oh, you can see the Potts car there, the 73 car. Sorry, 53 car. Beautiful looking car. Then we've got the 2 Robinsons, Gordley again. Just having a look at the race time on 1:58.7 by Osborn. He's 0.3 slower than he was in the last race at the moment. But we're only on lap 4, ladies and gentlemen.
And he's actually pulled a reasonable gap, over a second ahead of Harrison. Harrison hasn't been able to fulfill that promise.
No, that's exactly right. Looks like he had a bit of wind because he hasn't been able to fill his promise. Would have been good. We still have to wait and see. Can Brett Osborn make a mistake? Can the #1 champion of HQs in Tasmania 2 weeks ago become the Nationals? We had race cars through the whole of Australia. Every state was there at the Nationals at Baskerville. 35 cars. Fantastic. Well done to Tasmania HQRA for putting it on. Sue Ashland done a massive job with all the support and class there, and it was excellent. But next year, ladies and gentlemen, Sydney, New South Wales has got the HQ Nationals, so that will be interesting.
Well, you think you'd get at least these 20 plus a couple of others that haven't made this round. You've got your interstaters that will come, because going on Tasmania, there's 3 there from Western Australia, there's 1 from the Northern Territory, the South Australians always support it.
Yes.
So you're possibly looking at around about 50 cars.
Yeah, could be 50 cars. Imagine 50 HQs in one space, presented as good, if not better, than when they were brand new. Have a look at this 202, ladies and gentlemen. Go in the pits and have a look at the paintwork on it. It is absolutely stunning. It glows in the dark. You can see that just by the track. 202s on the door, powered by a 202 Holden. Single carby, like I said. He's starting to catch Harrison. Has Harrison got an issue? Is he got a tyre problem?
Well, I'd look at their sector times, they're about identical on that lap.
Yep.
And overall, sector times, looks like Harbour in the first and Osborn in the next 2, which is similar to what we had in the last race.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's very true. So we just have to wait and see what's happening and what's going on. Harrison to Harbour, 0.6. So they're very close. You can see it, ladies and gentlemen. You're lucky to be 2 HQs between it. That's 0.6 of a second.
You're looking at now the top 3 at the Nationals are actually the top 3 in this race in the same order.
Well, yeah, how very true. They went to Tassie. I don't think anyone had driven Tassie, basketball prior to the weekend. So I understand. So it's done extremely well, and this is how they finished at the Nationals, and this is how they're finishing at the moment. You can see it there, Osborn to Harrison, 3 seconds. Harrison to Harbour, 0.4.
I think Harrison was a lot closer to Brett down at Tassie, wasn't he?
Yeah, turn 8 there, cop that. The ex-policeman, the 82 car, Adam Lynch, going around the outside of Maclay. That's the 42 car, just trying to have a bit of a look. That's for 13th, 14th position. Best times of both those cars is a 2:04, 2:05. So that's not too bad. And with the first 3 cars are under the 159s, ladies and gentlemen. The first 3 cars, boys and girls. And then from 4th, it's a 2 minute all the way down to position 10th, which is a 2:03.9. All right, we've got them in front there. Adam Leach, Gordon Maclay. Adam Leach in front. He had fuel issues, electrical gremlins on Friday and Saturday. Race 2 seemed to fix that problem, and it looks like he's got it nailed. He thinks he's got it A-OK at the moment.
Well, I think the 47 will argue the point still. I don't think he's done with him yet.
No, he certainly won't. Gordon absolutely loves it, and he's got his daughter there, Amanda, so it's good. Amanda's been doing it for at least 4, if not 5 years. When she first started HQ racing, mate, she couldn't even change a gear. First to second, didn't know where it was, where reverse was. Goes to show you, a beginner can come through the ranks and totally enjoy HQ affordable excitement. See it on our website, see it here on Blendline. Blendline, absolutely fantastic. Streaming live. Baxter and Johnson right behind there is Darren Parker. That is for, we're just trying to find it, 6th, 7th and 8th.
Well, Chris Mole has certainly pulled away from this group.
He's done well, hasn't he? From 21st up into 5th.
Still a fair way behind 4th, but that was always going to be a hard ask.
Yep.
As you have to fight your way through the field, it starts to spread out, and as you get further up the field, the cars are quicker and harder to get past.
And wider.
Yes.
They're also wider, mate. Yeah, drivers don't like to make it easy for you, I can tell you that for sure. As they come into turn 1, doing around about the 175, 180, we got car 10, 80 and 40. 10 is Johnson, Baxter and Parker.
We've been at it since the start, these 3.
And
here's Parker trying to go up the inside.
He's trying.
I think if he had his car, he might be happier. It's a little bit quicker than this one by the look of it, anyway.
Yeah, he is, but like he said, the fastest person in the family's got the fastest car.
Well, that's a fair
and
call.
he's bringing this one further forward as well, so which is fantastic. Now, what his son's been whinging about, he now knows about. So he'll definitely fix that problem.
I was right, Dad.
yeah, that's exactly right. Young bull, old bull, So
yep.
We got Osborn, Harrison, Harbour. There's your top 3. Then we got Parker, Mole, Johnston, Baxter, Parker. Potts rounding out the top 10 is Kane Robertson. Glenn Robertson is in 11th position. He's a second behind his son at the moment. So father, son, and son is in front of father. Oh, look at Harbour. Harbour is coming on.
Now, this is what happened in the previous race. For quite a bit of the race, it looked like Harrison had second sewn up, but...
Checkered flag. Checkered flag.
So it's only happened on the last lap, and he's pulling out to try and make a move, and he's going to get close.
It's gonna be real close, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no, it's a nose cone. I would say it's a nose cone. What is a nose cone worth? I'll tell you in a second.
0.08 of a second.
There you go.
800ths of a second was the difference.
800ths of a second. So we've got Osborn, Harrison, Harbour. Car numbers 8617, 202, 26-1. Command Digital in 5th position. Then we've got, there we go, over the line, Johnston, Baxter, Parker. As the Kenda tyres are still squealing in the background, we can hear that from commentary. Oh! I was right. Absolutely screaming. Absolutely screaming there. Oh, smell that rubber from here, mate. And we're on the start-finish line. So there we have it as they're coming down. First, second. Here comes third.
There wouldn't have been any sort of contact between them, would there?
No, I don't think so. I think he just got a bit enthusiastic. Enthusiastic it's called. A bit of youth. Thinking, well, these tyres aren't going to do it anymore. So he might as well smoke them by the looks of it. He's gone out wide. He's lost it. He's done the burnout. He's come back on. No harm done.
And there's he's just done it on his own. And there you go. So there's plenty of power under the bonnet. You can smoke the tyres in a HQ Holden.
Definitely without a problem.
Yeah.
So from HQ New South Wales and David Amel, thank you for letting me on Blend Line. I really appreciate it.
Now, you were saying that there's a possibility they may be a non-championship race at one raceway. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. The start of November, I understand. We're just going to dot the I's, cross the T's.
Oh, well, that's a good one to keep an eye out on.
Yeah, and that's at Goulburn, people. Yep. If you don't know where that racetrack is, it's the old Wakefield Park. They've renamed, and my oath, have they rechanged.
Yep.
So there's our finals. Hope to see you there. We've got the HQ 4-hour at Winton, the start of December.
And then time off to get ready for next year. Thanks again, Dave. Thanks to the HQs.
So start off the weekend with a practice, and good R&D for the car. Qualifying, I qualified 5th. So started race 1 5th, finished 6th. Then race 2 finished 6th. Started 6th, finished 5th. Then that last race started 5th, finished 4th. So overall good, consistent weekend. Some quick lap times with the guys in front, but struggling to keep on the back of them, but hopefully we'll get it next year. So this round I won the B division, which is pretty cool. Big thanks to Dad, Mum and Dad, give me the car, make it all ready. And it's unreal. So I'll go up to A division next year, and I believe I finished 4th overall in the A division. So hopefully maybe one step further next year, but we'll see how we go.
First in all 3 races. Yeah. But mate, let's go back one step. How was Tasmania? And to get that number 1 again, how greedy were you to get it? And I saw you on the racetrack, and you put your heart and your soul out there. You had a good team behind you as well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So we went down to Tassie for the Nationals at Baskerville. Took a good car, nice and strong package down there. Didn't qualify on pole. Luke Harrison got that. Credit to him, super fast lap. Finished second to him in the first heat, won my next 2 heats, and then was fortunate enough to get the jump off the start on him in the final, and led to the finish. So I think we were pretty lucky. If he got the jump on us, I think it could have been a different result. I'd say we would have followed him to the checkered flag, but we got the start, and that's how it went.
All right, Brett, so I've noticed the number 1 car's parked up over there, and you've used the 86 car for this weekend. Mm-hmm. You did say to me, it flows, it's a very nice car. And what we've seen by the stats, it is a very nice car to drive here.
Oh, absolutely. So the main reason we're in this car is obviously we took the number 1 car down to Tasmania, raced it 2 weekends in a row down there. Having to back up for the 3rd weekend in a row here, we just thought if we had any dramas with the car in Tassie, we wouldn't have had any turnaround time to get it repaired or fixed up for this round. So we had the other car prepped, ready for this weekend, but it was not a disappointment at all. That car's fast here. That's the car I've used the last 3 rounds here, and it's been absolutely on rails. So, I'm very happy. I probably would have drove that car anyway here.
All right, fair enough. And once again, you're very, very good at this. To thank all your sponsors, and especially the old man who went away on holidays and left you all by yourself for Tassie. But he's come back, mate, and congratulations. And I'll leave it to you and your sponsors.
Yeah, thank you. So, like you said, Raymond was away with Debbie over in Europe for the 2 rounds at Tassie. So we were down there without him, but he's back for this weekend. So obviously, I need to thank Osborn's Transport, MIA Engines. James gives me absolute rocket every round. I can't do this without him. You know, the support he gives me and the tuning and the engines he keeps building is second to none. CR International, SC Racing, Matty Barker, what he does behind the scenes for me. And down in Tassie, Scotch got income and swung spanners for 2 weekends for us. So, without all those guys, we can't do what we do, and we definitely won't have the success we have. So, a big thanks to those guys. So to wrap up a 6th state title is sort of something I never really dreamt of, to be honest. we've had 5 in the bag now for a while. 2019 we won the last one. Haven't really contested a full season since, and this year we came back and we had a really strong car, really good package throughout the whole year. So to win 6 against the competition we've had, obviously Chris Mole, his record and history speaks for itself. The past two seasons he's taken a championship. Luke Harrison, Jared Harbour, Matt Barker this year early on. It's just the competition is very strong, very fierce. So to wrap up that 6th one is very, very proud moment for me and something I'll always reflect back on.
Righto, I'm here with Luke Harrison. It's got the black 17 car. So Luke, over the last 3 weeks of motor racing, every weekend I've seen you, and that's been okay. But how do you go at Tassie, mate? What did you find out about Baskerville and Symmons Plains? And are you sick and tired of looking at a blue boot? All right, you had a fantastic weekend. Tell us, the people, all about it.
So I went down to Tassie a few weeks ago to do the Nationals and then do another round after that at Symmons Plains. But Baskerville was good. Started off strong that weekend. Carl was on song, undefeated till the final. And then, just got away with a shit start and Bretto gapped me. He got me off the start and just followed him around for the rest of the race. And then up at Symmons Plains, we went up there for the next weekend. I just didn't quite up the speed that Brett and Jared had. So they gapped me there, but we'll come back to the drawing board and start again. But yeah, good on them guys. They're driving awesome. It's hard to get that 86 car or the number 1 car, Brett Osborn. He's always at the top of the game. So yeah, enjoy racing with the boys.
All right, well, we're at Sydney this weekend for the final round of New South Wales HQ. How'd the car go? Were you happy with it? Qualifying speed-wise?
Yeah, I was happy with the speed-wise. Handling, not so much. I thought I'd try that. I haven't driven that car around this track for a long time, so I thought I'd bring it out and try it. But I think I'm going to put it away for a while, and I've got another car at home. I think it's a bit better for this track, so that'll be coming out next year, and we'll give that a run at the Nationals too, so we'll see how we go.
Well, Luke Harrison, I'm sure there's a few sponsors you want to thank, and especially your girlfriend that you haven't seen for a while. Does she know who you are or whatever? You laugh about it, mate, but she's there, but she hasn't been there, so tell us all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my gorgeous fiancée, Maddie. We've been away for nearly a month apart, down to Tassie, then come back for a week here and there, but I'm normally work away, so I was away this week and finally got the car prepped Thursday night, so big thanks to her for letting me do all this, and my sponsors, Saney, City Mini Crete, Kerway, Hashfolding, Equity Views Construction, and everyone else, and big thanks to Brett Osborn for the last few weeks, taking me under his wing and showing me bits and pieces. Big thanks to them, him and his dad. Matty Barker as well for helping with the car, and Scotch Godding too for the last 2 weeks down at Tasmania for helping us with the cars as well. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, well, that's very, very true, Luke, and I didn't bring that up, but thank you. I noticed the 3 guys, the New South Wales guys, were helping each other out right from the start, through qualifying, through the racing. It must have been good. You each had a job to do, getting the cars ready between each race, but then with the final as well. And it was fantastic to see New South Wales putting it all on the line, but most importantly, the 3 of you guys being that close together for the whole week. The weekend was absolutely magnificent. Yeah. Congratulations, Luke.
Thanks, mate.
It was well done, mate, and look forward to 2025.
Yeah, bring it on. Thanks very much.
Jared Harbour here. He's a pretty green car, the 202. Congratulations, mate, in Tasmania with HQ Nationals. You've done extremely well. Yep. Congratulations here at Sydney, backing it up 3 weeks in a row of motor racing, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Tell us what it's all about. How did you go in Tassie, and how did you feel you went?
Tassie was new track, new place. Obviously never raced down there before. First sights at Baskerville, we were like, yep, it's a tight track, there's going to be some carnage. But across the whole board of races down there that weekend, it was quite neat and clean racing. Finished 3rd down there in the Nationals, which was pretty good. I was quite stoked with that. Then we went across to Symmons Plains and had to learn that track again. That was awesome, another good track down there, and I think finished 2nd down there in the main, so pretty happy with that. Back home this weekend we've qualified 4th, and then in the 3 races come think it was third the whole time. So pretty happy with that. And yeah, just love being here, love doing it. Good group of people. So yeah, no, it's good.
All right, mate. Now, to wrap it up, the most important thing is you've got to thank your mum and dad and all your sponsors.
That's it.
Or your sponsors plus your mum and dad. I'll leave it up to you.
Yep.
But, mate, you've had a wonderful year. Fantastic. You've had highs and lows. You made that 202 look like a twisty some weekends.
Yep.
And then within 4 or 5 weeks, the team has been able to turn it around. So I'm sure you've got a few people to thank.
Yep. Yeah, round 1 wasn't the best for us, but we come back strong. And I don't know where I'll finish the year in the championship, but I couldn't do it without mum and dad to start with, Equity Views Constructions. Some other really good sponsors we have is Winston Express Haulage, Red Robin Kitchens, Garland Promotions, and we got a new one this year, Urban City Consulting. So without them, I wouldn't go racing each weekend. So I just want to say a big thank you to them and hopefully continue on the sponsorship for next year. Appreciate it.
So you're coming back. Hey, you got to try and get that number 1 guy, you know, that Brett Osborn. You got to try and give the SC Racing a bit of a run for their money.
That's right. Yep. I've got another good competitor in front of me too in that black car, number 17. He's wearing the bridesmaid dress this year, but I'm sure he'll be fighting for next year to try and get it. So I'll be fighting him. But see how we go. Hopefully we can get up there again and go from there.
No worries, mate. Congratulations. Like
Thanks,
I said,
mate.
wonderful championship and a wonderful year of racing.
Yep, sure
Been
was.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
Jared.
Cheers.
I just want to start, obviously, the last official motor racing championship round for us. So last round for the championship. But I really want to take a moment to thank our sponsors. So our major sponsor, Osborn's Transport, to Ray, to Brett. Guys, thanks so much for all your support. All the Blendline TV coverage we see, all the live streaming. It makes all the world of difference to our category. And so to you guys, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. To Equity Views Constructions, to Jeff, to Darlene, kind of Jared. The pole position award's been, to me, it's been a game changer. I love it, absolutely love it. There's really, you know, there's winning the race, there's first, second, third, but actually putting it on pole position is just fantastic. So, mate, to you, thank you very much for your support throughout the year. Thank you. And I'd like to thank all of our sponsors. So Command Digital, thank you very much, guys, for your support. HQ Extra for our number plate sponsor, Sydney Mini Crete as well. DJM Mechanical, Hands On First Aid, and Gilcon Constructions. To all of you guys, we couldn't race without you. You support the category, and we really, really appreciate it. So thank you. I also want to make a note of HQ Extra. Wayne and Bucko and Jeff, you guys support the category really, really well. Not just New South Wales, but the way you support and promote the category across the country means that we can all go and race. We all go and race against each other, and that state versus state, mate versus mate thing just gets stronger and stronger. So, mate, to you, thank you very much. Well done. Also, big thank you to Dave Amor. You know, he's 3 weeks on the road. I don't think his family know what he's looked like, but continues to support the category. So, Dave, thank you very much. To Vic and Judy Hockley, where are you? There you go, Vic and Jude. Thank you very much for supporting us and doing what you've done throughout the year. Thank you very much. And to Greg King as well for support and scrutineering and everything throughout the year. So, Greg, thank you very much for you as well. So before we get into the placings for the round, I'll ask Dave Amor to award Best Presented.
Thanks, Darren. The scrutineers, Vic and Judy, have picked the cars. So don't blame me. The problem they've got is there's probably a dozen cars that can win this. And I'm sorry, we've only got one prize. So HQ 53, if you know who you are, Potts, congratulations and well done. I've also got to do a shout out as well to HQ 10. Magnificent. What you've changed that car by yourself is absolutely brilliant. But Potts, for you and the old man, congratulations. I've got some stuff. You would like to say a few words.
Thanks, Dad, for letting me use your workshop to make it look so good. Thank you, Jimbo, for putting an awesome paint on it. Sure, we're going to have to do it again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren. Thank you,
Thanks, mate. Well done, buddy. And I think we can all agree the car looks beautiful, as does Jason. So it's great to see those cars painted and coming back better than ever. Lucky it was awarded yesterday, mate. Otherwise, you would have missed the cut today, I tell you, with that busted thing. So let's talk about B Division. So there was fantastic racing all weekend. But in third place for B Division was Glenn Robinson. Congratulations, mate. Well done. Grab that. And grab that.
Good on you. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Darren. Thanks to all the sponsors and all the competitors. It's been absolutely a great season. I've loved every minute of it. I tried not to get into trouble, but happens occasionally. Thanks to Lynn and Kane and the family for turning up and supporting us. And yeah, it's been wonderful. Thank you. Thanks to all the other winners and yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Glenn. Just stay there, mate. Stay there. I quite liked actually in that race seeing a couple of yellow and green cars come up behind. It was fantastic to see, and it's good to see you guys battling with each other. Because in second place in B Division was Kane Robinson. Well done, buddy. Congratulations.
Cheers,
grab that.
Grab that. Cheers. Yeah, just to echo everything Dad said. Thanks everyone for putting on an awesome season and yeah, making it really enjoyable to come out every weekend and keep trying to get the #1 spot. But maybe next time. Thanks to Dad. It's pretty good hard racing all weekend. I think I just pipped him at the end, so that feels pretty good. Thank you.
Awesome. Well done, Kane. Great job. And this bloke did okay. From what I've heard, his dad's fantastic. Set up the car for him, did all the R&D, did all the hard work, and handed him over a rocket. But I suppose I've got to put something down to the driver. So in first place in B Division was Ashton Parker.
Yeah, first off, big thank you to Mum and Dad. You guys give me a car and do everything for me, so thank you, especially you two. To Nan, Poppy, Noz, my sisters that always come out, thank you for coming out to support me. All the competitors, you guys, like New South Wales is by far the strongest state out of everyone, so yeah. Jace, race 2, that was incredible, mate. One of my favourite races, 100%, so yeah. All the sponsors, thank you. Couldn't do it without you. Unlucky Brendo, you have those weekends, but yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Let's come over there and get a photo. Well done, guys. Congratulations. Some fantastic racing all weekend. Really, really good job. And in A Division, it looks like these guys have done okay over the last 3 weeks. There seems to be a bit of a pattern here. But again, these three guys were all on fire, raced really, really well as always. So in third place in A Division was Jared Harbour. Congratulations, buddy. Well done.
Thank you. Cool. I hate this part.
You want to come over here, mate, please?
Yeah, good weekend of racing from all. Big thanks to Mum and Dad, obviously. Wouldn't be able to do it without you. Equity Views, Constructions, appreciate you. All the other sponsors, wouldn't be able to do it without them. And yeah, like Darren said, it was a good couple of weeks of racing. Didn't know if we were going to be this weekend. A couple of tight tracks down there, but yeah, come through pretty good. So appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.
Well done, mate. Congratulations. Awesome. And thank you, Gordon. Thank you, Jared. And again, with some fantastic racing, these guys are always there and racing really, really well. So in second place for A Division is Luke Harrison. Well done, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Jesus. Yeah, thanks to all the competitors for a good season. This state's definitely probably the strongest state in the country, competitor-wise, and the best state to race in, I reckon. And yeah, thanks to all our sponsors that get us on the track every round. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke. Well done. Congratulations. I don't know what's going on. Someone was throwing around the word bridesmaid before. I'm not really quite sure what that means, mate, but he's done really, really well. And in first place with an emphatic drive as always, Mr. Consistency. Car's a rocket, he's a rocket. So in first place in A division is Brett Osborn. Well done, buddy. Congratulations, mate.
Appreciate it.
We'll grab that one.
Yep, too easy. Done, man. Good job. Done, little dog.
You are nervous.
Yes, as everyone else has said along the way, all the competitors, the whole state, thanks for coming out. All the sponsors that make this racing possible for the club, the category, thanks to every one of yous. For me, Osborn's Transport, MIA, Sarah International, SC Racing, Matty Barker, Scotch Godding, these guys have got us the success we've had the last 3 weeks. So without them, I don't have the rocket I get every week. And just on the last couple of weeks, the Harrisons, the Harbours, we all had a ball at Tassie, but without them, I wouldn't have been there doing what I did either. So I've got to thank all those families as well. So big thanks to everyone for being out here this weekend. And yeah, just well done, New South Wales, and let's look forward to next year. Thank you.
Congratulations, mate. No dramas at all. And yeah, I think the other thing really of important note, as I went around to all the competitors after each of the races, you know, there's the odd guy that was sort of floating around by himself, but everyone seemed to have a story about a battle pack, whether you're racing for second and third or whether you're racing for 14th, 15th. The battles go all the way through the pack. So it's really, really good to see. Very little damage from what I can understand. The racing was fantastic, guys. So thank you very much and congratulations. So now we're still working through the numbers for B division. So that's going to be done at the presentation night. But this is the one. This is the championship. So we're very clear. It's been a really interesting championship this year. Certainly a dominant winner, but a lot of guys that were there or thereabouts that could have been on the podium. So I would like to invite up in third place for the New South Wales State Championship for 2024, Chris Mole. According to Gordon, so mate, want to say a few words?
Okay, sure. Yeah, just want to thank the sponsors, Command, Navori Labs and Hoyt Cinemas for what they do for us. Rod gives me a rocket all the time. You know, we've got to have those ones every now and then that, you know, like I think I've said, we had 5 or 6 DNFs in 12 years. So that's not bad, mate. That's good going. So, yeah, just want to thank Mum and Rod for what they do for us and all the sponsors. You know, all the family for supporting us. You guys, best bunch of blokes to race with. Absolutely love it. And yeah, I was a bit shocked actually. I wasn't quite ready for third. I thought I was done with the DNF. So yeah, thank you guys. Thanks.
Awesome. Well done, mate. Stay there. And I think that goes to show how close the championship was because you know there was DNFs that really affected the result. So. But overall, it's fantastic racing. And in second place, and he's been consistent all year. If only he hadn't gone home early for that race in Winton, you just never know. But in second place for the New South Wales HQ New South Wales State Championships, Luke Harrison. Well done, buddy. You can say a few more words.
Yeah, I didn't expect this after missing the last round at, last race at Winton, the first round. But yeah, we're here and yeah, we love it. So we'll be back next year, give it another shot, and yeah, see you then.
Thanks, Lukey. I'm just hang on. Beautiful. Just counting. Just trying to count. So this guy was supposed to be doing a bit of Aussie cars and a bit of HQs, but I think it goes to show that his love for the HQs just goes too strong. So with an amazing season and a flawless record, your 2024 New South Wales HQ Racing State Championship for the 6th time, if I'm right, is Brett Osborn. Well done, mate. Fantastic, buddy.
Well done, Molly. Congrats. Well done again, little dog. So yeah, again, just what we said before, you know, thanks to everyone, thanks to all the sponsors. Congratulations to Molly. You've shown again your class, how fast you always are. So little dog, you're all over me again. So well done. I think next year might be a different story. We're going to have some new winners, I'm pretty sure. So let's bring on the next season and see all the competitors back. Thank you.
Awesome. Well done, guys. Yeah, grab a bottle of champagne each, boys.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Oh, mate, I'm trying to.
So, yeah, I'm obviously not going to worry about that.
Do you know it? Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's Ashton,
Yep.
Jared, and then actually myself.
Oh, well done. All right, no worries. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Congratulations. Yeah. Hey, we're spending big bucks on champagne, mate. So. All right, so guys, just quickly, the numbers are in. So I want to, hey guys, if you can just come in for a sec quickly. Guys, come in. Sorry. So we've got the B division numbers in. We thought it might have been a bit confusing, but it's all covered. It's all covered. So Gordon. Okay, beautiful. Done. All right, guys. Sorry. All right. So for B division, the numbers are all sorted out. So in third place for B division for the 2024 state championship is Gordon McClay. Sorry, mate. You got it covered.
That's it. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, I didn't sort of finish, but it was consistency more than anything. But had a great year, some great battles over the days, and really enjoyed myself. Thanks very much.
Well done. Thanks, Gordon. Stay there. And he's had a horror freaking weekend, but he's accumulated a wonderful amount of points. So in second place in B division for 2024 is Brendan Healy. Yeah. Well done, buddy.
Thank you very much. Oh yeah, big thanks to Mum and Dad, especially Dad for helping me out all year. He hasn't, he does everything for me. So without him, I wouldn't be racing. It's been a good year. It's been a tough year. Had a lot of ups and downs, but we continue to get better, and I just love going racing. So I can't wait to do it all again next year, and hopefully you'll call me up third next year. That'd be nice. But yeah. Big congrats to you, Gordon, and Kane, Glenn, Ash, Leachy, everyone else who's raced in B division. It's so tough. These are all bloody good drivers, eh? So, and I love racing with every single one of yous. It's awesome. So, what a more awesome year. Like I said, big thanks to HQ Extra and Hands on First Aid as well. Yeah, can't wait to get into it next year and have some fun again. So, thank you very much.
Awesome, mate. Congratulations. It's been a tough weekend to finish, but finish second in the championship's fantastic. So, and in first place, he's done okay this year, and continued to improve. So, yeah, finishing fourth overall today was pretty good. So, so in first place for B division is Ashton Parker.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, as I said before, thank you, Mum and Dad, family, everyone, all the competitors. Yeah, and what I forgot to mention before is to Luke, Jared and Brettos in Tassie. Well done, boys. You killed it for New South Wales. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys next year. Do it all again.
Thanks, buddy. Well done. Get some photos. Yeah, guys, the racing this year was just fantastic. You look around at the cars, they're so well presented. Everyone's putting in such of an effort. So to all of you, now I just want to let you know, the presentation night we should have nailed early this week, so I'm sorry for the delays, but I expect to come out with a date later this week for the event. The other thing is we're still working through a date for the Nationals. So I've got a big email to send you guys, which will come through this week. But we had a date locked in here for the Nationals, and they've now gone and they've asked to change it. So we're kind of hoping sort of late August, but we're just waiting to hear back. So, yeah, as soon as we know what's going on, we'll let everybody know.
EOIs for Wakefield will be coming out Monday.
Okay, beautiful. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Appreciate that. So Chris, our race secretary, has just informed that expressions of interest will be coming out on Monday for the round at Wakefield Park, One Raceway, which is the weekend of the 2nd, 3rd of November, 1st, 2nd, whatever that is. So yeah, look, for those that want to go down and race at One Raceway, none of us have done it since it's changed. So yeah, I know that a lot of you guys are really, really keen to head down there, as we will be. So when those expressions of interest come out, if you can fill them in and get them back ASAP, it'll just get everyone ready to get planned for it. So, but guys, thanks for an amazing year. You've all been awesome. When you look at the smiles and everything around here and the way everyone works with each other and helps each other, it just makes us the best category in this field. So well done to you all. Congratulations, and hopefully see you at presentation tonight. We do it all again next year. Well done, guys. Thank you. Good job.